Russia has done the unthinkable. On March 2nd, 2025, an Iskander-M hypersonic missile struck and sank a container ship docked at Odesa Port, a ship allegedly carrying British weapons to Ukraine. The vessel, MSC Levante F, was Panama-flagged, but reportedly Swiss-owned. And now the entire Black Sea is on edge. Was this an escalation into direct conflict with NATO, or a calculated warning shot from Moscow? Let's break it all down. The attack happened in broad daylight. The MSC Levante F had just docked at Berth Two in Odessa when Russia launched an Iskander-M missile, a weapon known for its pinpoint accuracy and blistering speed. Moments later, the ship was engulfed in flames and sank into the harbor. Russia wasted no time claiming responsibility. Their Ministry of Defense stated the vessel was carrying a cache of British-made weapons, drones, missiles, and other military supplies intended for Ukraine's front lines. Meanwhile, Kyiv immediately denied these allegations, insisting the ship carried civilian cargo. But in a war where information is a weapon, the truth is rarely straightforward. The Iskander-M is no ordinary missile. It travels at nearly 7 times the speed of sound and can bypass most air defense systems. This wasn't just a strike, it was a message. But who was that message really for? Let's talk about the strategic importance of Odesa. It's Ukraine's largest port, a vital artery for supplies, and one of the few gateways still connecting Ukraine to global trade. Russia's been hammering Odesa with missile strikes, but this is the first confirmed attack on a foreign vessel since the war began. Why does that matter? Because the MSC Levante F wasn't a Ukrainian warship, it was a commercial container ship, and sinking it sends shockwaves through the entire shipping industry. Since Russia pulled out of the Black Sea Grain Initiative, they've been tightening their grip on the sea.
Russia destroyed a UK armed ship that was heading toward Odessa in Ukraine on the 1st of March 2025, after the UK took a lead in the anti-Russian coalition and gave Zelensky a loan of £2.26 billion. Now, get it straight, that money is a loan, not free like most of you are thinking. The UK is not daft, not like the United States, who were giving money to Ukraine without signing any document. The ship was carrying a large amount of drones, missiles, air defense systems, and a lot of other weapons, including military personnel, allegedly. It was destroyed by Russia using 2 Iskander ballistic missiles. The ship, called Levante, was flagged under Panama and owned by a company in Switzerland. It was carrying weapons from Turkey's NATO's base heading toward Ukraine. The ship was loaded with hundreds of containers colored in yellow and red colors, carrying British weapons. Turkey again. Okay. Ukraine confirmed this attack and the destruction of the ship, but they denied the ship was carrying any weapon. Standard. They confirmed the ship was destroyed, but they claim the ship was not carrying any weapon as usual. This strike by Russia destroyed both the ship, everything that was in the ship, and also the port infrastructure was heavily damaged. There are videos of it all over social media. Go look it up. So let me ask you a question. This question is for those of you that have been brainwashed by hate against Russia, or that have been brainwashed by the propaganda against Russia. This question is for you. Why are the EU leaders and Ukraine not wanting this war to end? I would like to hear your answers in the comment section. You are all complaining, this war needs to stop. Russia is the aggressor. Russia invaded Ukraine. We know about all that story. Let's forget about that. The question I'm asking now is, why are the EU and Ukraine refusing to allow this war to end? I mean, in the last few months, We have all seen the truth since Donald Trump came into power. So, can you explain to me why your leaders in the EU and in Ukraine are refusing to allow this war to end? I would like to see your answer. I would like to hear your answer. This is not a question about taking side or supporting one person or not. Let's put that aside. Let's face the reality. Why are your leaders refusing to allow this war to end?
This strike could be part of a broader strategy to completely isolate Ukraine from maritime support, cutting off weapons, aid, and even food exports. But here's where things get even more dangerous. The ship may have been Panama-flagged, but if it was carrying British weapons, Russia essentially destroyed UK property. And that raises a massive question. Is this an attack on a NATO member? Under Article 5 of the NATO treaty, an attack on one member is considered an attack on all. But would sinking a commercial ship, even one allegedly loaded with weapons, really trigger a collective military response? The UK has already condemned the strike as a flagrant violation of international law, but so far they haven't called it an attack on NATO itself. Why? Because admitting the ship carried weapons would confirm Russia's justification for the strike and escalate things to a point of no return. Instead, NATO might double down on supporting Ukraine, ramping up arms shipments through alternate routes, or even sending more naval patrols into the Black Sea. But that could set the stage for even more direct confrontations. Why would Russia take such a massive risk? Well, this might actually be a carefully calibrated move. By hitting a ship, not a NATO base or a military convoy, they send a clear warning without crossing the red line into all-out war. It's classic Kremlin strategy. Escalate just enough to make the West flinch, but not enough to trigger full-scale retaliation. Putin himself framed the strike as a necessary defensive action, accusing the West of turning the Black Sea into a launch pad for attacks on Russia. By sinking the ship, Russia signals that any vessel carrying weapons, no matter its flag, is now a legitimate target. So what happens now? Shipping chaos. Commercial shipping through the Black Sea could grind to a halt, driving up global food and energy prices. Insurers may refuse to cover vessels heading to Ukrainian ports. 2. Naval buildup. NATO could respond with a stronger naval presence, risking more direct clashes with Russian forces. 3. Escalation on land. If Ukraine loses maritime access, they'll rely even more on overland supply routes, which Russia is already targeting with relentless missile and drone strikes. And the worst-case scenario. Russia could start hitting ships even outside Ukrainian waters, daring NATO to respond. If that happens, we're looking at a spiral that could drag the entire region, maybe even the world, into a broader conflict. The sinking of the MSC Levante F might be the most dangerous flashpoint we've seen in the Ukraine war so far. It's a brutal reminder that in geopolitics, the line between war and peace can vanish in an instant. We'll be watching this situation closely and bringing you updates as it unfolds. What do you think? Is Russia testing NATO's resolve, or was this a legitimate military strike against arms trafficking? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more in-depth analysis right here on Geopolitics Unveiled. Until next time, stay informed and stay safe. What do you think? Want me to tweak anything or dive deeper into any angle? Let me know.